Welcome back, friends, to the pregame show here live at Salem Field. It's your friend Russell K with Music Dreams USA Radio and Rise Up Family Sports. Again, our show is being brought to you by Table and Mike Productions, which is a Eagle Street Corporation up in Asheville, North Carolina. Welcome back to the show, friends, and we're getting ready for game number 4. It's the Charlotte Knights taking on the Buffalo Bison. So let's look at some of let's look at the series recap so far. In game number 1, Buffalo came out swinging, picked up a big 9-5 victory to open up the series, leading the series 1 game to none. Game number 2, though, Charlotte answered back with a 5-1 win behind strong pitching at 3-run homers I mentioned earlier in the pregame show by Andy Weber. Last night's game, number 3, the Knights kept rolling and shut out Buffalo 4-0. Dustin Harris provided their early damage with a 2-run homer. We mentioned that earlier. And Charlotte started Mason Adams. What a game he had yesterday pitching. He struck out 6 batters last night, and he really set the tone for Charlotte's pitching. I mean, he had an amazing game last night for Charlotte, striking out 6 Buffalo batters in their 4-0 victory. Keys to the game for Buffalo in game number 4. What do they need to do to come out with a win tonight? Well, the Bison have been chasing games the last 2 nights, and they need an early run or 2 to put pressure on Charlotte instead of playing from behind. I totally agree. You know, when Buffalo has a lead early, they play really good. But when they play behind, it just seems like they maybe pressure a little bit too much. But nevertheless, though, if Buffalo can get out early, an early lead in this game tonight, I do like their chances of winning. Capitalized in running and scoring positions down. Last night, Buffalo had men on base, but they just weren't able to get those key hits. Work they count. We talked about that earlier in the pregame show as well. You know, Charlotte's pitcher staff has been outstanding. Buffalo needs to drive up pitch counts and get into the Knights' bullpen earlier. Defense matters. That's right. Last night, Buffalo, they did have some great defensive plays in the game last night. But, you know, in last night's game, there's a drop ball in midfield, a ball that should have got caught, and it was dropped. It was not caught. Those are the things, the small errors you can't do against a team like Charlotte. You've got to capitalize on every opportunity you get. And so those are going to be the keys to the victory for Buffalo tonight. Charlotte, you know, the keys for Charlotte's victory, really. I mean, just keep on doing what you're doing. You know, your pitching is doing outstanding. You know, great, outstanding defensive plays, amazing hits right now. I mean, their bats are hot right now. And so we'll see how that all pans out. Let's close out the pregame show this evening with the starting lineups for both teams. Let's start with Charlotte. Playing second base, number 11 is Riku Nishida. Catcher number 8 is Kyle Teal. Right field is number 88, Corey Lee. First base number 16 is Ryan Galani. Center field is number 4, Drew Baker. Left field is number 10, Dustin Harris. The designated hitter for Charlotte this evening is number 34, Josh Brew. And third base, number 6, Mario Camilletti. And then run off the starting lineup for Charlotte, shortstop number 2, Andy Weber. As I mentioned, starting pitcher for Charlotte this evening, number 23, Jonathan Cannon. Now let's look at your Buffalo Bison starting lineup. And for Buffalo, it's center field number 7, Jay Harry. Right field number 5, Jonathan Classe. First base number 23, Sean Keys. Shortstop number 4, Josh Kasevich. Catcher is number 3, CJ Stubbs. Left field is number 66, Rafael Lantigua. Designated hitter for Buffalo, number 36, Javon Ward. Third base, number 24, Josh Rivera. And to round out Buffalo's roster for tonight, it's number 1, second base, Carlos Mendoza. As I mentioned, the starting pitcher for Buffalo is Josh Fleming. And there is your starting lineup, and there is your pregame show for tonight's game. They're getting the field ready, and we'll see how that all works out. But again, we'll have live reports throughout the evening. At the end of each inning, we'll have a live report for you, reporting live from Salem Field here in downtown Buffalo. It's your friend Russell K. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back a little bit later on.